Discover the natural power of ashwagandha, an ancient herb known for its healing properties. For over 3,000 years, ashwagandha has been trusted to reduce stress, increase energy, and improve focus. Our ashwagandha is carefully grown, harvested, and processed to retain its maximum potency. Each root is hand-picked and dried, then ground into a pure, organic powder, ensuring the highest quality. Simply mix 1 teaspoon into your favorite beverage or take it in capsule form as prescribed by a healthcare professional. Whether you're looking to balance your stress levels, boost your immune system, or enhance mental clarity, ashwagandha offers a natural solution. Experience the benefits of ancient wisdom backed by modern science. Trust nature. Trust ashwagandha. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
Yeah, good afternoon, family. Hope you guys are doing amazing today. Happy Thursday. Hope your day is going out smooth so far. Amazing, and welcome to another episode of the Africa Today Show. My name is Joby. To those who are here for the first time on all our YouTube channels, on the radio station, returning listeners, on Spreaker, Spotify, everywhere you're listening to me from. Remember, you can get those amazing supplements by downloading our app on the Google Play Store. That's the only simplest way, and you can find that on the Google Play Store in case you're an Android user. If you have Amazon Roku TV, we're also there, so kindly ensure you download the app as well. I hope I'm loud enough. I'm trying to be louder than the pastor outside. So I hope I'm loud enough and you guys can hear me. But yes, Karibuni, I hope your day is going out smooth. Still on with it, we're going to be talking about Iran and the war, and Israel and America. Waking up today, we bumped into, I don't know how many of you have seen the video circulating online of Israel. The video Israel has released on how they are actually fighting on behalf of countries that have been literally sabotaged, imperialized by America in every sort of way. So I'm going to be starting with that. And of course, I think before we start with that, I'm going to start with what is happening in Uganda. We have the president, not the president, but the son of the president, that is Yoweri Museveni, the general, who's the son. He's the chief of defense of Uganda. He has actually said this particular evening that if terror dares to hit us, Uganda, we shall retaliate with the same force, because we shall throw missiles. I don't know. This guy just be talking. He just be talking without understanding the consequences that could land in his country. I don't know how much of a, sorry to use, but this is kids' term, of a moron this guy is, to not understand the global powers or how the global powers work, especially the Western nations. But yes, we're going to be talking, we're going to be looking at that even more further, see if, because I think the last time he spoke about something to do with America and the consequences they'll be getting, he had to apologize. Now we have him saying that if terror dares to hit us, Uganda, we will retaliate with the equal force with our missiles. I don't know how many missiles or how much strong, if Uganda has that much strong missiles, I'm kind of wondering. I don't know. I mean, we've checked into a few facts, especially regarding the Tanzania election, how Uganda played a very big role on the killing, let's call it the genocide, of the innocent Tanzanians in the country. Uganda was the country that was being used to go and do that dirty work. So this is actually some blah blah talk, but we're gonna be seeing if maybe before the end of the week, or maybe starting next week, maybe during the weekend, he'll have something to say. That is Museveni's son. But before we get to continue, let me share the videos. Like I said, we have Iran, which released videos today saying that they are going to be fighting on behalf of countries that have been imperialized by America. So I'm going to start with those videos as we get to continue. Karibu sana Kate, how you doing?
You gonna start what videos now? What'd you say?
I'm saying I'm going to start with some videos here, but I was talking
Yeah.
about Museveni's son first, who has said that if terror, Iran dares to hit them like US, that is Uganda, they are going to retaliate with the same force. That is
He said
Museveni's son.
what? But Sammy said, "Who gonna do what? Do what now?" Say it again.
Museveni's son says if Iran dares to hit them like America, they're going to retaliate with their missiles, with the same.
Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
right?
Your missiles. You ain't got a good. You ain't got good. Hey, moron, make good roads first. Make roads.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Well, you get missiles. Make good. Make hospitals that people can use. Make schools where people ain't sitting outside and your missiles. If Iran, see that's like the bootleg. If Iran, why would Iran be throwing missiles at you? Who the fuck are you? You're a
Exactly.
nobody. You're a nobody country. What are you talking about? That's them kind of thing. I'll protect you, my daddy. If Iran attacks us Ugandans, we'll do missiles like. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
you can't. You can't do. You can't even protect your own women when they're in Saudi Arabia in the Middle East getting raped, fucked, and dragged, and not even paid. Shut your filthy mouth, Iran. You
The crazy
disgust.
part, he's always talking. I don't know why he's always talking, and I don't know if the father's not taught him to,
Shut.
not
No
taught
one to
out.
shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
That's why they're
yeah,
not gonna lead a country to you because they know you're an idiot.
exactly. Because he just be talking. He has not understood the Western or the powers outside Africa, how they operate, and
What do
who
you
we
think?
are as a continent, how weak we are, or how we're perceived by the rest of the world. But anyway, I'm not
He knows.
talking.
I don't know. He's talking crazy. People know he's weak. He know he's weak. I'm gonna. We're gonna. We're gonna do. Tell me, put this up. Say list. Where does the Ugandan military rank amongst all militaries on the planet? Ask Google this. Say, what number does the Ugandan military rank in the world? It ain't even in the top 100. Where does Uganda rank in military in the world? We talking
100,
about?
114th,
Okay, please. On the 114th Army, shut the fuck up. In the top, I gotta do missiles and.
I
This is
know that,
this
that
this is Captain Crunch talk.
that was my reaction too. I was laughing endless. I'm like, damn, did he just say something else? He was forced recently by the US to just apologize for him talking recklessly, and he's back at
Uh,
it. You know,
Now,
life is
now he's
always
back.
war.
He's back trying to defend his wife. That if Iran attacks Uganda, we'll do like the USA is doing because we're white. America's our white daddies. You won't do nothing but shut up and get bombed and shut the fuck up.
But anyway, yeah, earlier
100,
today,
and I
yeah,
don't even believe it. 115, 115. Get your goopy ass out of here. 115.
I know it's crazy. But as we start, I'm gonna start with this video. So earlier today, we had Iran releasing some videos showing how they're
Oh yeah,
being.
yeah. I'm gonna show it to you. I want you. Hey, I told you. I told you. Black American coaches everywhere. I want you. I had it already sent to you too, but you do it again. Type
Yeah.
type the one in. Well, let me show yours first. We're gonna do the one where they show they're doing some of the Epstein files and then fighting America and stuff. We got Donald Trump looking all crazy, but it's Black American hip hop. They're doing it, but it's Black American culture that they're doing it through. It's funny. LOSER. Go ahead, Joe. This is you might get one of the ones I'm talking about, but I must admit, Iran's video game is the shit.
Share this one first.
Iran shared a video showing that they're fighting for all victims of U.S. imperialism.
Oh yeah, that's what I said that one to you
Victims
too.
of atomic
Yeah,
blast in Hiroshima, Japan. Then you, of course, have the Vietnam War and its
with the
many
Indian.
victims. You have Yemen, which I think encompasses Iraq and Afghanistan as well. And of course, Palestine, Gaza. Then you have the victims of Epstein Island as well.
Yeah,
The little
Epstein
girls
Island.
of Iran.
Oh,
Qasem
so the
Soleimani
American
unalive
Indian.
by the US in 2019, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, and look at the target that the Iranian missile takes out.
Uh, uh, Statue of Liberty, which
Yes,
is
Statue
bald,
of Liberty with the
with
head
the
of Baal,
head of bald, which is on the dollar bill. That's the Moloch owl they worship. That's why it's on the dollar bill. Okay, those who controls the money in the world, they do. It's on the dollar. Okay, the head of Baal is on there. Why would it be on there? Because that's what they worship. That's the demiurge. That's the devil. Okay, they worship the demiurge, what we call Yaldabaoth. That's who they worship. That's who created all these other motherfuckers too, with the archons. But go ahead, Joe.
the entity that is worshipped by the Epstein class.
That's right.
And it says, one vengeance for all. And this is extremely well played by Iran. They understand the social media and the propaganda game very well. And the fact
They
that they
do.
also included American victims of U.S. imperialism, such as the Native Americans
Yeah,
and
the
the little
Indians.
girls of Epstein Island is
But
very smart.
Black, you can see the FBA. You can see the FBA guys going crazy. We're the American and we're the Indians. You see the black pretendians in America going crazy. Those are the real Indians. Us black people are. Go ahead.
Sorry if I'm gonna be a little bit slow today on tapping and untapping the videos. I don't know how to operate without a mouse, man. This is tough shit.
I didn't know we had no damn mouse or no dang laptop. Mouse.
We use the mouse too. It's easy to operate the tabs and
Okay.
everything than clicking the
Epstein Island. Oh, you filthy bastard.
Yeah, so literally shows again how Iran.
Go to the second. Go to the second, not the first bit. Go to the second bit I sent you. It don't have no picture on it. Go to the second one I sent you. It doesn't have a picture on it, but that's the one. That's the music video. The ladies describe it. I had the original. I can't find the original. I don't like people describe it, but I couldn't find the. I could have you type it in there, find the original one. Say but I wouldn't know what the name of it is. So just say just go to the second video that I sent you, Joe. It doesn't have a picture even on it, but it's a lady doing commentary. But I love it because they got, of course, Black American rap in it, and they got Trump being all messed up and Iran fucking up the United States. It said LOSER, which is loser. LOSER. It's jamming. That's what music's supposed to be. It's supposed to be defining the age that you're in, not just talking about lollipops.
Okay, let me cue that just a few
Yeah.
minutes. Just a minute.
I don't know what the name of the original video. I don't know the name of the original would be, so I don't have no commentary in it. Just have the video. Because I've seen so many people doing the commentary on it, I couldn't find the. I had the original, but I don't think I saved it and pushed and shared it. I couldn't find it no more.
Okay, there we go. This lady, I love
It
this.
is.
Okay.
Video jamming. Go ahead, Joe.
Cross the ocean just to find a grave. Sacrifice your own borders for
Understand? Pause it. Understand? This is Iran who made this video. But this is Black American culture, which you guys say, Africa, our culture is the culture globally. This is Iran made this video. Not no Black American. It's Iran. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah. Make America great again. Yo, Tails, this shit crazy. Yeah, make America great again now. You will see what happens, yeah. Watch this. Sacred defense, we protecting the soil. While you sacrifice soldiers to pay for your spoil. You ran the globe, sitting on your throne. Now we turning every base into a bed of stone. It's a slaughterhouse, a trap you couldn't see. Welcome to the graveyard of your vanity. The secrets are leaking. The pressure is rising. We locked on the target. And now you are hiding. Send them to the slaughter, you the only one to blame. Bleeding for a puppet while you shaking in your sweet LOSCR. Taste the ash of defeat. LOSCR. They was spelling at your name. Send them to the slaughter, you the only one to blame. Bleeding for a puppet while you shaking in your sweet LOSCR. Taste the ash of defeat. Sweating in your suit, hiding Epstein's ghost. You sent your boys to die on the bloody coast. Not a revenge for the leader's blood is purely mine. Every drop of his blood is a missile on the line. You thought you took him out. Thought the fire was dead, but another commonality is standing ahead. Yeah, you strike one down, we just shatter your brain. We put another in the leg. Commonate again. The secrets are leaking. The pressure is rising.
Epstein files.
We locked on the target. And now you are hiding. We spelling out your name. Send them to the slaughter, you the only one to blame. Bleeding for a puppet while you shaking in your sweet LOSCR. Taste the ash, LOSCR. Yeah, we spelling out your name. Send them to the slaughter, you the only one to blame. Bleeding for a puppet while you shaking in your sweet LOSCR.
See, they know that Donald Trump is a puppet of the Zionist Jews. That's why they got him as a puppet behind Benjamin Netanyahu and fucking Moloch. That fucking Demir, the devil. Yeah, they know all this shit. That's why we're gonna get later on to the damn looking glass protocol. So they know that. They know his ass is a puppet. Go ahead, Chuck.
Sacred defense of the homeland. Sacred defense of the homeland. Sacred defense of the homeland. The slaughterhouse is open. Commonade cat. LOSCR.
I like the beat.
That shit, yes. LOSCR. Doop, 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 doop. Got Trump as a puppet.
Damn. That's wild. The trolling is chef kiss. You can't even get mad at it. That's a whole bop. You a loser.
LOSCR.
This just struck one of Israel's most advanced air bases.
See? I need it.
Not Iran out here creating bops.
Let's do one more time.
Damn.
You cross the ocean just to find your granny. Sacrifice your own boys for a lie.
Sacrifice your thing for a lie.
Yeah. Yeah. Make America great again. Yo, Tails, this shit crazy. Yeah, make America great again now. You will see what happens, yeah. Watch this. Sacred defense, we protecting the soil. While you sacrifice soldiers to pay for your spoil. You ran the globe, sitting on your throne. Now we turning every base into a bed of stone. It's a slaughterhouse, a trap you couldn't see. Welcome to the graveyard of your vanity.
I've been seeing Africans making memes of big
turn every base into a bed of stone. He told you, turn every base you got into a bed of stone. Welcome to the graveyard. We said about the Africans, shall we?
I'm saying Africans have been making memes of be careful of cooking with too much oil because America is coming for it on your plate.
The secrets are leaking. The pressure is rising. We locked on the target. And now you are hiding. We spelling at your name. Send them to the slaughter, you the only one to blame. Bleeding for a puppet while you shaking in your sweet LOSCR. Taste the ash of defeat. LOSCR. They was spelling at your name. Send them to the slaughter, you the only one to blame. Bleeding for a puppet while you shaking in your sweet LOSCR. Taste the ash of defeat. Sweating in your suit, hiding Epstein's ghost. You sent your boys to die on the bloody coast. Not a revenge for the leader's blood is purely mine. Every drop of his blood is a missile on the line. You thought you took him out. Thought the fire was dead, but another commonality is standing ahead. Yeah, you strike one down, we just shatter your brain. We put another in the leg. Commonate again. The secrets are leaking. The pressure is rising. We locked on the target. And now you are hiding. LOSCR. Yeah, we spelling out your name. Send it to the slaughter, you the only one to blame. Bleeding for a puppet while you shaking in your sweet. LOSCR. Taste the ash. LOSCR. Yeah, we spelling out your name. Send them to the slaughter, you the only one to blame. Bleeding for a puppet while you shaking in your sweet. LOSCR. Taste the ash and defeat. Sacred defense of the homeland. Sacred defense of the homeland. Sacred defense of the homeland.
That's Gemini, Ran. LOSCR.
Damn. That's wild. The trolling is chef kiss. You can't even get mad at it. That's a whole bop. You a loser. LOSER.
LOSCR.
In the comment section, but the trolling is chef kiss.
I love that lady. I love this lady. I love her videos. It's crazy. Yeah, I think I go back. I also wanted to share this. Or should I continue with the ones you had shared first? Or should
I'll go with the one you want to share first.
Okay. I'm going to share. There's one we were talking about earlier. Asia running low on the petroleum. And of course, the announcement you saw the president of Philippines announced announcing. I'm gonna start with that.
Okay.
It actually is. Philippines just became the first country in the entire world to declare a state of emergency because of fuel shortages linked to the war in the Middle East. This is because a staggering 98% of the fuel that the Philippines imports needs to pass through the Gulf region. And it's not just them. The whole world is now facing its biggest restrictions on fuel since COVID. Slovenia just became the first EU state to begin fuel rationing, so you can now only buy 50 liters.
Kenya, we can see already we have Shell, which has said the shells that we have in Kenya already announcing they're running short of fuel. It's crazy. While we've been exporting fuel, I think I've seen that the KDF, the Kenya Defense Forces, are going to be helping ships get to the Middle East. I've seen something like that. The Kenyan KDF, the Kenya Defense Forces, are going to be helping ships get to the Middle East. For what?
How's that?
I wonder how, what, and what are those ships carrying, and where are they from? Like,
Well, they gonna get. Yeah, they going in. They tell you going to the Persian Gulf. Middle East gonna get blown up. I don't know what you're gonna help do. You have to get yourself killed. That's what you do. I don't know what you're gonna help doing.
Crazy.
Max of fuel per day. Meanwhile, the IEA has now advised their 32 member countries, which include the likes of Australia, Germany, Japan, France, and the UK, to implement various fuel-saving measures, including even lowering their highway speeds by 10 kilometers an hour. China have temporarily banned fuel exports to protect their domestic supplies. Australia are facing what's described as a national crisis, where hundreds of their petrol stations are running dry from panic buying and shortages.
Australia. You tried to go bomb. You bombed Iran too, because you're white. Oh, you white because you bombed Iran. Oh, no oil for you. Oh, Australia. Your white supremacy not working. Oh. But
South Korea have begun considering work-from-home policies and have also introduced price limits for fuel for the first time in decades, along with other countries like Croatia, Hungary, Brazil, and Thailand. Cuba are really struggling this week with numerous countrywide power cuts, only made worse by the fuel shortages. Japan will begin their biggest ever release of oil from their strategic reserves this week. And as for the United States, well, Trump was asked about the Strait of Hormuz, and he said this.
We don't need it. We have a lot of oil. We are the #1 producer anywhere in the world times 2.
According to a U.S.-based Asian diplomat who was granted anonymity, apparently Vietnam, Bangladesh, and the Philippines could run out of oil supplies in approximately 3 weeks if the disruptions in the Middle East are not resolved or some new inflows or resolutions are put in place. This is according to a recent Politico article that was published on the 23rd of March of 2026. Now, oil prices have surged pretty dramatically with fears of $150 to $200 per barrel in some extreme scenarios. It has caused shortages, rationing, long lines at fuel stations, and emergency measures in some of the affected countries. Many Asian nations, especially import-dependent ones without large stockpiles, face a lot of risk. And apparently this anonymous diplomat noted that rising regional prices could drag economies into recession, erode trust in leadership, and create opportunities for China to step in. Now, the Philippines is highly vulnerable because they import nearly all of their oil needs, including around 95 to 96%, mostly from the Gulf, and they lack a significant government strategic reserve. And the recent reports coming out of the Philippines describe it as having approximately 3 weeks until they are empty. Now, Vietnam also relies on imports for most of their needs as well, with around 85% coming from the Gulf and Kuwait, with domestic production declining. National reserves are pretty thin for Vietnam, which are equivalent to about 9 days of net imports. Plus,
the reserves are bad. I know China's got reserves can last at least a year. So China wants to help out these other countries with the oil that they've saved. I know our reserves have been depleted because of Biden and giving the shit to Ukraine. Most of these countries don't have enough money to have reserves. So like Philippines, Vietnam, the poor nation. So you're not gonna have much oil in reserves. You know, so yeah, they'll be walking and sitting in the dark coming soon. Go ahead, Joe.
I see we have mobile research lab trucks from Israel, which have arrived in Kenya to collect data for solutions on farming and climate change BS.
What?
Yeah.
some commercial stocks for approximately 20 days total. The government has actually urged work from home policies and public transport use to reduce people using fossil fuels temporarily. And prices out there have jumped 20 to 40% with risks of aviation fuel shortages. And then over to Bangladesh, imports are around 95% of its oil and gas, with limited reserves, estimating that they could last longer than the others, around 100 days in some analyses. But still, Bangladesh has also implemented fuel rationing and deployed troops to guard depots and shut down some fertilizer plants to conserve supplies. And the main reason I'm bringing this up is because if this kind of thing doesn't get resolved, it may force some of these countries to go to find alternative means of getting fossil fuels, like going to Russia or China. So just goes to show you how much of an impact this thing is having globally.
China doesn't have fuel. It has reserves that they can buy from them, and they're going to go out. So you have to go to Russia. Russia has actual oil, right, from the ground. China does not. China has oil reserves that it's bought and put in reserves for themselves, for their own emergency use. So they're going to have to go to Russia. So they're going to make Russia, Russia's going to start making a lot of money again. Because I got that oil, baby.
This is the best breakdown I found while researching how much trouble we're in when it comes to the world's oil production and prices. The thing is, gas prices in the United States are going up. Yes, they are. But we're not even close to feeling the brunt of it, like Asia is going to feel it.
South Korea has 9 days of oil left. Here's which country runs out after them. The Strait of Hormuz has been blocked for 10 days. 20 million barrels of oil that normally flow through it every day stopped. 84% of that oil goes to Asia, and the clock is already ticking. South Korea is the most vulnerable. 68% of its oil comes through the strait. 9 days. That's all they have left before shortages hit. Japan is next. 95% of Japan's oil comes from the Middle East. 70% of it passes through the strait. Japan stockpiled 150 days of reserves, but those reserves are draining by the hour. India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh are all racing to find alternative suppliers. Pakistan and Bangladesh have almost no backup storage. They could face serious shortages within weeks. And China? China saw this coming. They built up 3 to 4 months of oil resers. Only 40% of their supply comes from the strait.
That's their reserve. China doesn't have oil wells. It has reserves. They buy oil, and as much as they need, then they reserve the stuff that they don't need in case of an emergency like this. All right? Everybody has to go to Mama Russia. And I'm going to hike up the price. Remember, Russia had to sell us oil for cheap for all these years because of the war, and they were sanctioned. Now Russia said, okay, all you bastards that didn't help me when I was sanctioned, you're not getting no cheap oil. You can get oil from us, but it's going to be double the price. That's right. Go ahead, Joe.
But they planned for this.
Listen to
now,
this.
Here's what most Americans don't realize. The U.S. only gets 7% of its oil through the Strait. America produces most of its own oil at home. While Asia's running out, American oil companies are already filling the gap. U.S. oil exports are surging.
Yeah, how ironic that U.S. oil is surging. Of course it is. Oh, U.S. oil capitalists are loving this shit. They couldn't wait for this war. They're like, hell yeah, let's go in there. We're going to surge our shit up. Y'all want to close the Strait of Hormuz? That's okay. We got our oil here. Then why the f*** is it going up? Are y'all trying to profit off of this war? Of course you are. That's exactly what this is. Senseless white man war just for profit. How capitalistic oligarchical of you.
The Philippines has become the first country in the world to declare a state of national energy emergency, all thanks to a war thousands of miles away. Soaring fuel prices have left some of Manila's jeepney drivers uncertain how long they can stay on the road.
Imbis na maiuwi na namin yung iba, napupunta sa diesel. Kaya natitira sa amin, maliit na lang.
Iran has closed the Strait of Hormuz to all but a handful of ships. Asia consumes more than 80% of the oil that crosses the strait, leaving it vulnerable to supply shocks. In South Korea, the president has called for a 12-point countrywide energy-saving campaign, asking people to take shorter showers and only use their washing machines and
Shorter showers.
That's right. Shorter showers, so you'd be stinking shit. It's right.
vacuum cleaners.
That's like not taking a shower at all still. Shorter showers.
On the weekends, among other tasks. Fuel shortages have also caused...
That's what we call passport here in Africa. You know, so like it's like, you know, just using a towel to just wipe yourself.
Some of Asia's flagship carriers to consider suspending flights. In India, which imports around half of its oil from the Middle East, shortages have started to cause some factories to close or use carbon fuels, and some residents to abandon their kitchens. The cost of gas is so high. We're cooking on this open-air stove, this woman tells us. She is far from alone. People are queuing to fill gas cylinders and fuel tanks across Asia, from Kathmandu in Nepal to Colombo in Sri Lanka, where authorities there have declared every Wednesday a public holiday for government institutions, including schools, but exempting hospitals to manage energy resources.
No cooking gas either. No cooking gas. Better start sucking on your Indian toe jam.
Man, I've seen the gas prices are going to skyrocket with a 27% increase. So that's a lot. That's a lot. Really. I've seen the panic buying. Also, Kenyans are buying fuel with jerry cans, storing them, especially the boda people, just in case the prices skyrocket at once and without you being prepared. But more of that.
We have some more information on why President Trump decided to delay his strikes on power plants in Iran for 5 days after saying he gave Iran 48 hours to open the Strait of Hormuz. So according to reports, in particular, according to Bloomberg, Trump was pressured by allies and the Gulf countries from striking Iranian power plants. Some allies even warned President Trump that this could be disaster. And they also warned President Trump that this war in Iran is becoming a disaster. They told President Trump that he would essentially be targeting the infrastructure that would help civilians, not necessarily the government, that he would only be hurting the civilian population of Iran. One source actually went so far as to say that this could potentially be a war crime. We also know that Egypt, Turkey, and Pakistan are now playing intermediaries between Iran and the United States, as in those three countries are the ones that are relaying messages.
They also told this moron, you fuck around and destroy electric grid. Fuck around and do. Of course, it's a war crime. They don't care about war crime. They get rid of. See, it only matters. They don't even worry about it now because Iran's been able to, hit them in the fucking mouth. Any other weak country, they can destroy their shit. They don't have no justice done to them. The UN, all that shit created for them to not have any justice. So Iran has to do his own justice. Iran said, go ahead and hit it. Hit it. And it was lights out on the world. You think it's just the motherfuckers in Asia getting oil? Motherfuckers in Africa who ain't developed no damn interlinking economy with each other? Hit it. And there's lights out for the world. And also for your dollar. Because your dollar is based on this bullshit over here. not in your country. Your dollar's based on the oil over here. It is the Arab petrodollar that props up your goofy country. So fuck around and find out we will destroy all of it. And once we're destroying that, once we destroy all of that, you know, Saudi Arabia, and they made it clear, they know they're not bluffing because they know they can destroy all that shit. They already shown you, we'll destroy all of it. So that's going to be the world economy in America. You're going to go broke. You're going to go into Mad Max. And then once we do that, we're going to wipe Israel off the map. It will not be allowed to exist. Oh, the Rothschild Project's going to be gone? Yeah, we're going to wipe it off the map. We've already told these people to leave. It's a settlement. We don't call it, as Israel, Iran said, we don't call it a country. It's what white people always done. It's a settlement colony. That's what we call it, what Iran called. It's like the settlement colonies they did in South Africa, the one they put in Kenya. It's a settlement colony. White people come steal land and claim the countries as their own like they do. Iran said the settlement colony will be no more. Won't be no more settling in that colony. It ain't a country. It's a settlement colony. And we're going to wipe it out. So, fuck around and blow up our goddamn power station. Fuck around and put us in the dark. That's why they ain't sitting in the dark in Iran. Because they know it's true. Fuck around and find out. See, only through power, you better learn this, Africans, all this begging and crying and shit you do. Only through power, like Joe, make sure do you get justice. That's why it ain't because Trump and other white people have now got a conscience. Oh, we better not do that. As they've been bombing kids, blowing up people and shit in Iran. They ain't developed no conscience all of a sudden and be good. They know Iran holds the finger on the motherfucking trigger to turn the lights off on the world economy. I'll turn the lights off on your ass. And once that's done, white supremacy is over. You won't come back. You don't got the population. Your currency's gone. Your bullshit, your militaries are all gone from England, Australia, because y'all broke. Y'all run under the same fake currency. So England's gone, France gone, Germany gone, America gone, Canada gone, Australia gone, New Zealand gone, Italy gone, Spain gone, Switzerland gone, Sweden gone. All you white motherfuckers are gone. And you know it. That's why Iran's making these cartoon videos. You know it. So get stupid and hit that energy grid. Put Iran in the dark. You know, you could have been did it. They told you, go do it. Fuck around and do it. Fuck around and hit our energy grid. It's out there in the open. Fuck around and do it. Because they're going to remember, the Middle East going to be unlivable. You don't got no clean water, even if all the desaliners, there won't be no more Dubai, Abu Dhabi, all that shit, them cities are gone. Because they told you we're going to blow up all their desalination, all their water drinking, that's out. We're going to blow all that shit up. All the oil wells that make all this money for you people, we're blowing all that shit up. It's going to take you 100 years. Once we get done bombing that shit, it's going to take you 100 years to rebuild. But what you going to rebuild it with? You don't have any more money. Your economy's broke. So you won't be no rebuilding. And that's then a white supremacy. And now you white people will be butt naked. They letting you know you're going to be butt naked to the world of atrocities that you've done. All the raping and killing and robbing. You got no military, and now you can't bribe nobody. You got no money. So the bootlicking handkerchief niggas, that's going to also, Africa's going to have all revolution, right? Because you can't pay your puppets no more. You got nothing to keep them in power. You can't pay my 70s and all these other morons up in Africa. Can't you go on the money to make weapons? You talking about Mad Max like a motherfucker, Jack. Complete overturn of everything you built for the last 500 years. I told you, this is a 500-year shift. And like Iran said, I'm gonna show you, put it up. You thought you did some 15-point bullshit you supposedly sent to them. They said I ain't talking to you. They said you got 5 fucking things to do. That's it. 5. We don't hear nothing you got to say, America and Israel and really the Rothschilds and the really shit you got to say. These are the 5 shits that you need to do in order to not bring you to your goddamn knee. See, power only respects power. So Iran is using power. These are the 5 things you're going to do, or the rest of the world's going to go into darkness. You understand that? So first of all, you're going to pay reparations for blowing up and killing our kids. You're gonna pay for that. That's one. Number 2, when we do open back up this place, everybody going back through, right? Everybody's going to pay us $2 million a boat. Period. You want shit out of here? You're going to pay the toll. That's number 2. Okay? Number 2, you're going to pay the motherfucking toll. See, these are non-negotiable. We got power. This is non-negotiable. There's no negotiating. There's no talk. These are 5 things to do. There ain't nothing you can do to stop me from doing. Number 3. We want to make sure you understand that we're not stopping our goddamn nuclear power. Ever. No one will have the right to tell us if we can go nuclear or not. That's our goddamn right as a country. That's number 3. Number 4. Israel must not exist. The settlement colony, we're not going to allow it to exist. This fake racist, they call it, this racist ass fucking white supremacist colony, we're not going to allow it. This is their words, not even mine. They said this racist ass white supremacy settlement colony, we're not going to allow it to exist. And number 5 was what was number 5? Some other shit. Oh, that gonna be something we're gonna put into existence that will never be attacked again. Now, that's our demand. You don't meet them, the war don't stop. And you know you're gonna have to meet them. You're going to meet them because then you can do to stop them.
So,
you go ahead, Joby. What now?
Let me read this article of Iran's announcement, I think, under what you're breaking. They said, according to the reports, Iran sent a direct message to Trump. Quote, I'm quoting what he said. They're saying, you struck our hospitals, you struck our schools, but if you strike electricity, we will strike electricity. The most dangerous escalation of 2026 just happened. And going all the way, they're saying this isn't just a threat, it's a calculated response. The US-Israel war on Iran began on February 28, 2026. Since then, 1,500 plus people are being killed. Oil at $112 per barrel. That is a 50% increase. The IEA, largest oil supply disruption in history. Iran just drew its final red line. The 3 senior officials went on record. That is Galibaf. Energy facilities will be irreversibly destroyed if Iran's power plant are hit.
You hear what he said? You hear what Joby said? If you fuck around, what we hit, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, will be irreversibly destroyed. Well, we know, well, anyway, you won't have the money to put it back together because your dollar don't collapse. But it would be irreversible. 100 years. So you're talking about the desert, all these fake Arabs that the black people worship, they're going to try to run to Africa because there ain't going to be no drinking water, no money. They're all going to be broken, fucked up like they used to be before they found the fucked up oil out there. They're going to be back to poor white Arabs again, all broke and wiping the butt with their hands again. Because that's what Iran just said. They're going to be irreversible. So they're going to go right. Iran is telling me, we're going to put these motherfuckers back into poverty. You understand that? Go good. Go ahead, Joe.
Revolutionary Guard power plants supplying U.S. bases will be targeted.
Yeah.
Revolutionary Guard Strait of Hormuz will be completely closed. Iran isn't bluffing at all. This isn't about one power plant. Striking electricity means the hospitals will go dark, water shuts down, production collapse,
the water gone.
Both sides threaten the same target. This war just entered its dangerous phase. That's the same. Before this escalation, oil was already at $112. That is a 50% increase. The IAE released 400 million barrels. 400, I think millions. I don't know. Barrels.
Million.
Yeah. The U.S. gas hit $3.94. That is $3.94.
Higher than that now. See, that's an older. That's like a week ago. Most gas, especially in California, is like $6. That shit high.
And the electricity threat has not even yet happened. Every major escalation follows the same pattern. In 1973, oil tripled. That was a recession. In 1990, we had oil doubling. The markets crashed. And in 2026, we have oil plus 50% increase. Electricity next. The economy shock always follows the military one every single time. Every energy crisis destroys one system and builds another, and builds a new one. In 1973, reshaped how America thought about energy independence. In 1990, accelerated defense and tech spending for a decade. This crisis is accelerating the race for AI dominance faster than anything before. Now individuals can compete. While
you won't have no AI, you won't have AI because you won't have the power structure to aptly implement any AI. And that's good. This AI is wicked as fuck. I'm with Iran also destroy those water cables. So I destroyed the electricity and all that shit. No, there won't be no AI globally. They use the AI to try to lock the world down, these evil motherfuckers. I'm gonna tell you with all this code, we're gonna do Project Looking Glass. So I explained what all this COVID shit was about. You guys remember I explained Project Looking Glass about 9 years ago on the show about what it was before the COVID shit happened. I didn't put that together. And it all ties in with these wicked motherfuckers. It's evil. Everything they do is always some evil shit. Always based in evil. I want to fuck kids, eat babies, evil. Everything is some wretched ass evil shit. And I was doing Project Looking Glass before the COVID shit hit and all the nanotech. All makes sense when we go back to Project Looking Glass. Yeah, all makes sense. Because remember, Project Looking Glass is predicated on a 25,000-year cycle of time, the Great Year and the Great Awakening, as black people and other humanity starts waking up because certain energies will be hitting the planet at different eons. Now we're going into the eon, we're leaving the eon of Pisces, where you got the goofy fake religions and everybody's a fucking moron. And the new eon you're going into is the eon of what? Aquarius, the water bear, which means the awakening, right? That's why these morons got the Bible all wrong, which says, I'll be with you to the end. God, Jesus, I'll be with you to the end of Armageddon to the end. It's not the end. That's a false version that when they changed it to the damn goofy King James version, they got the translation wrong. The Christ said, I'll be with you to the end of the eon. That means his eon, which is Pisces. The new eon or the new age, because we got ages with the Great Year. The new age is now Aquarius. Aquarius is known as the eon or the age of awakening. That's why you got all this shit happening, these changes, and everybody's waking up. Like people putting their dicks in kids' mouths and fucking them in the ass. They're like, You know, but I still said this years ago back when you're still in leaving Pisces, like, you're crazy. That's crazy talk. Nobody's doing nothing so evil and wicked. But now you're in the age or the eon when everything will be revealed no matter what. Whether you like it or not, all truths will be revealed. all filthiness, all craziness, all criminality will be revealed. That's the eon or the age you're in, where you got the morons in the Bible. Oh, it's the end of the world. Jesus ain't coming in. It's not the end of the world, you moron. They misrepresent the text. Since you don't know any history, you don't understand when they translated the text, they translated it wrong. It didn't mean the end of the world, stupid. It meant the end of the eon, end of the age of Pisces. Not the end of the world, dummy. End of the eon. But since you're so uneducated now, you understand that. Go read the first books, the Septuagint. Get the translations out of there, dummy. The white people, God, they wrote the shit wrong. It's the end of the world. No, it's not. It's the end of an eon, i.e., age. End of the Piscean age. Remember, Piscean age was the age of stupid, where you can have lies. Go read what the Piscean age is about. That's why you can create these fake religions, because the vibration is lower and people are stupid. So you can make fake religions that people would follow and believe. But now you're in a different eon, a different age, where you can't keep fake religions going no more, because you're in the age of awareness, of knowledge, awakening. So fake religions are not going to be able to work anymore. You're going to be going, hey, this don't make any sense. Well, this sounds stupid, sounds crazy. So that's why the Christ, I'll be with you to the end of this eon. Not the end of the world. Okay? That's what you misunderstood. We're going to go with that when we talk about Project Looking Glass again. But go ahead, Joe. What you showing is, what is this?
It's the videos showing as you are explaining what is happening. But the article still continues and says, well, the governments threaten each other's power grids. Businesses are panicking about something far simpler, how to cut costs without cutting people, how to stay competitive.
Yeah, but I'm firing people. Exactly. A lot of people going to lose the job. A lot of people going to get fired.
How to use AI but have no idea where to start. That confusion is the opportunity. Regular people are stepping in and getting paid $3,000 per deal to $5,000 per deal to solve it. And they're saying that the oil is at $112 and rising. Electricity infrastructure is now at war, or at a war target. The global economy is being reshuffled in a real time, and the people who understand what comes next are already positioning themselves with many tools. So literally, again, it's crazy. It's really, really crazy. But I'll show in this video, which literally led us to that particular.
Some have even warned President Trump that by striking Iran, and that this overall conflict would lead to Iran ultimately becoming a failed state, creating instability in that area. So now we have allies of the United States and allies in that Gulf region telling the President of the United States, relax.
Precisely 120 seconds ago, the strategic architecture of the Middle East underwent a fundamental and likely irreversible shift. We are not discussing a tactical skirmish on a disputed border, nor are we looking at a strike on a remote military outpost, a radar array in the desert.
This is Joey's favorite new AI, the Chinese man.
Talking about Ben Gurion International Airport. This is the singular, non-negotiable artery that connects the state of Israel to the rest of the planet. It is the central nervous system for every foreign government operating in the region, the lifeline for every commercial airline, the escape hatch for every evacuating civilian, and the primary intake valve for the supply chains that keep the nation functioning. As of this moment, the runway is gone. The terminal has taken a direct ballistic impact. The aviation authorities in Israel have just issued a notice closing the airspace over the central sector of the country, and the language used in that directive is chillingly open-ended. There is no estimated time of reopening. There is no resume normal operations protocol. Consider the aircraft that were airborne at the exact moment of impact. We are talking about flights that were perhaps 20 minutes out on their final approach, carrying thousands of passengers who were completely oblivious to the chaos unfolding on the tarmac below them. Those heavy jets have been diverted mid-flight. They are not entering holding patterns. They are being scattered across the Mediterranean and the Levant, diverted to Amman, forced to land in Larnaca, rerouted to Athens. They are going anywhere that the remaining fuel reserves will allow, provided that destination is not Ben Gurion. The result is absolute isolation. Israel has effectively been transformed into an island. This is not a metaphor. This is not diplomatic shorthand for political estrangement. This is a literal description of the physical reality on the ground. The infrastructure that physically links this nation to every other country on Earth via the sky has been severed by Iranian ballistic missiles. This operational collapse has been declared by the very same government that has spent the last several weeks offering ironclad assurances to its public. They told their citizens that the airport was a fortress. They claimed it was defended by an impenetrable shield. They insisted that this was not a target Iran could strike without facing immediate, devastating consequences. Every single one of those promises has now been exposed as either a catastrophic intelligence failure or a deliberate, calculated misrepresentation of the defensive capabilities that the leadership knew were failing. The reality is that the government knew the risks and chose to withhold that reality from the public. Now, look at the human cost of that silence. You have Israeli civilians desperately trying to flee a war zone. You have foreign nationals who have been anxiously waiting for an evacuation window that has just slammed shut. You have critical medical supplies, pharmaceuticals, trauma kits, surgical equipment that were scheduled to touch down on the tarmac this morning. You have essential military hardware inbound through civilian logistics networks. None of it is moving. None of it has a path in, and nothing has a path out. This is not merely a disruption of travel plans or a military inconvenience. This is the definition of a strategic siege condition, and it was achieved without a single enemy battalion crossing a physical border. In the next few minutes, we are going to deconstruct exactly what Iran targeted at Ben Gurion and why this specific coordinate was a more devastating choice than any military installation struck during this entire conflict. We will expose what the Israeli Security Cabinet knew about the airport's vulnerability, information they deliberately chose not to release to the public. We will analyze what this means for the Israel Defense Force's ability to maintain high-intensity combat operations when their primary logistics hub has been erased from the board. And finally, I will explain why the closure of Ben Gurion Airport represents the single most strategically significant strike Iran has executed since the first missile launch on February 28th. Before we dive into the analysis, if you appreciate deep-dive geopolitical intelligence that cuts through the noise, make sure to like this video to truly grasp why the kinetic action against Ben Gurion is categorically different and far more dangerous than any other strike Iran has launched in this war. You have to understand the function of the airport itself. You cannot view Ben Gurion simply as a transit hub for tourists and business travelers. In the context of a nation under sustained high-volume ballistic missile bombardment, the airport ceases to be a civilian luxury and becomes a strategic necessity. It is the jugular vein of the war effort. For the entirety of this conflict, Ben Gurion has functioned as the primary node, the singular point of failure, through which Israel maintains every vital connection to the outside world. This connection sustains both the civilian population's survival and the military's operational capacity. When we talk about military resupply from the United States, we often imagine gray military transport planes landing at secret air bases. That is only part of the picture. A massive percentage of the logistical flow has been moving through Ben Gurion, utilizing civilian logistics infrastructure. We are talking about dual-use cargo arriving on commercial and charter flights, operating under standard civilian aviation codes to maintain throughput.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna cue now the third video I think I should pick from the third one.
Now, I want you to go to first. Now, go to the first minute, the first one I sent you. Okay, if you guys, first I want you to type in Joby.
Okay.
So we start. I want you to type in TikTok. I know it's a Turkish. Say what is Project Looking Glass? What is Project Looking Glass? I don't know if you guys remember, but I remember Project Looking Glass was a thing of okay. Going along with the Gateway Protocol, they know that this is an illusion, guys, right? They know that these things that there's a certain entity that created this illusion, right? That got us trapped here. They know all this, and so they were given by these entities a certain way to look into the future and be able to project what might come, what might happen, right? And so they found out, because of the new age, because remember, you guys live in a quantum universe with quantum possibilities, everything all happening at once. That's why you got different versions of yourself in different times of your life, right? For different times of really anything, because you are quantum. There's a poor Joby, there's a rich Joby, there's a middle class Joby, all happening at once. And so what they found out, their control was going to start breaking down because of the new age, because of the new eon, you were in the eon of Aquarius where you could no longer be manipulated and have control. So they understood this, and they kept getting upset that, damn, until they looked into the looking glass, it kept telling one conclusion, that their time was up, that the awakening was going to happen. Then they were going to be able to do about it. Go ahead, Joby.
What I'm about to show you will change your whole reality of life as we know it.
I remember when we first met. You didn't know who you were yet. I didn't know who I was. We grew up together.
Since the splitting of the atom only a few decades ago, and through his God-given genius of science, man at last has succeeded in penetrating further and further into the unknown vastness of space. Yet many questions remained unanswered. What is his Earth in relation to the inconceivable number of other worlds? Could there be life similar to our own on other planets? Could their intellect have reached a scientific level far above man's dreams? What then will the future reveal if this story you are about to witness is only the beginning?
Let me put it in terms that it's easier for me to say and not have to go into the details of how I know, but just that I know. I'll present it to everybody very simply. What could be so important at Area 51 that would require the level of secrecy that is in existence around that facility? One of the caveats that I do have some personal information that I did get personally involved in was some information that had to do with the Stargates and Looking Glass.
Project Looking Glass had to do with time, any effects of time in the craft. Now, I don't think we're not talking about making a time machine like in science fiction, but we're talking about, small distortions, intentional distortions of time and how that can be used. It was that, well, one of two things. Either there's a gravitational envelope in there which negates any inertia effects, or you are seeing through a gravity distortion field. So, just like you're looking at a hot highway and you see, an optical distortion going through there. Well, the same thing happens in gravity, and the craft may not actually be moving like that. It may just look like it because you can only see it through the field. So it may be making much more gentle moves. I'm not saying that's it, but it has to be one of the two.
Like the Wicked Witch, looking into the.
So I wonder. So that's why they built. I figure that's why they won. That's why they built CERN. Remember, CERN technology was to manipulate this dimension, because they knew through Project Looking Glass that they were going to start losing control, especially black people. Everything's about melanin. So now what I want you to do, Joby, share the first video I sent you.
Okay.
Yeah, share that one.
Just a minute. Okay. All right.
Project Looking Glass. It's all over TikTok. The Epstein situation, all over social media, Facebook, YouTube, everywhere. But I want to get back to this Project Looking Glass. I'm going to give you the answer to this. The question is, on TikTok, what did they see? They saw several situations, different situations, but the same result. The end was the same. I'm not guessing. I'm going to tell you what they saw. It's not a guess. I'm going to tell you what they saw. Now, you remember the scripture says, is Satan divided? You remember reading that, right? Is Satan divided? I'm going to tell you what that means. The answer is yes, Satan is divided. See, these satanic people that rule the world right now, that stole all the gold and silver, Epstein Island, molested children, genocide, animals, robbed nature, the earth of silver and gold, stole land, all the wicked things they did. They sit in a dark room and discuss your demise or discuss what they're going to do to you. They discuss what they're going to do to the food. They discuss what they're going to do with health care. They discuss what they're going to do to old people and young people. They discuss everything. See, I'm going to tell you what they saw in Project Looking Glass. Hold on. This side of the room is Satan divided. It's saying, no, we don't need to go to war. No, we don't need to go. This side of the room saying, yeah, go ahead, push the button. Go ahead, do what you got to do. That's why Trump is targeting Iran. They about to do something real crazy because their demise is at an end. I'm going to tell you what they saw in the looking glass. Hold on. They want to go to war this side because they know, hey, we don't stand a chance. This side of the room saying, well, we might stand a chance if we just be nice and come in compliance with whoever come back into power. We might stand a chance if we do this right. This side saying, oh, no, forget that. Just go to war. Go to war. Because their demise is at hand. See, they don't mind tearing up shit before they leave. It's kind of what's going on over to this side. This side is saying, no, don't do that. This side is saying, no, here's why they're saying, no, don't go to war. Don't push nobody. They against it. And here's why. They trying to convince them over here, like, y'all do know if you go to war, if this war starts in any kind of way, even just a little bit, power shifters. See, the power, once the war kick in, the power is shifted to some other nation of people. Once the war starts, they know their demise is at end. I hadn't got to the Project Looking Glass yet. Hold on. They know their demise is at end once that war pop off. This side really know that. If y'all, he trying to convince this side, y'all start this war, y'all know y'all come out of power. Y'all know y'all come out of rulership, right? Y'all do know that, but they don't care. They just, well, we're going to go out with a bang. You see what I'm saying? This side saying, y'all don't understand the level of what happens when you start that war. If you start that war on any level, y'all lose power, y'all lose control. The world is no longer yours when you start this war. It's over for y'all. Here's what they saw in the Project Looking Glass. They saw their demise. You ready for this? They saw a black world. Hold on. When they looked in Project Looking Glass, they saw a black world without them in it. And it terrified them. They saw a whole black world in this Project Looking Glass. Now let's put scripture to it. The Bible says he gonna get rid of these people, these white rulers, and anybody that look like them and move like them. He said, it's gonna be a time that you never even knew they existed. He said he gonna wipe them out so badly. There's gonna be a time that you ain't gonna even know what a white person is or was. They'll be no longer existed in your mind and spirit. They're terrified of that. You mean to tell me we are coming to an end, so we ain't gonna have no legacy? No, you're not. Ain't nobody ever gonna remember? No, they won't. See, this looking glass they saw several different ways this thing was gonna end. And they kept finagling and hoping it would be something different. And they got back to seeing nothing but all black people in the world. So what I'm saying to you, let's just tell the truth. There'll be a world with no white people. What? Nigga say, what? There will be a world with no white people. The Bible even says it. He said he gonna eliminate it.
Bible don't say that.
That it will be a time that it seemed like they never even existed. And that's what they saw in the Project Looking Glass. They saw a whole black world of black people running things, and it scared the shit out of them. Now let's keep in mind, the Bible tells us, once upon a time, there was no such thing as a white person. Are you listening to me? Once upon a time, there was no such thing. It was a black world. We keep saying it all the time, black kings and queens of the past. It was no such thing as a white people. They didn't exist. And we're going to rotate right back. Project Looking Glass, we're going to roll right back into the universe is going to back to what it knows. Are you listening to me? The universe is going back to what it knows. True nature of a human. Not no half-baked, not no this or that. It's going back to what it knows. Humanity, nature, natural things. The natural man. It's got to go back. And they saw it, a world with nothing but black people, and they won't be here in it. And it terrified them. That's what they saw in Project Looking Glass. You got to peep game. You got to peep game. That's what they saw. It scared them. Like, oh shit, we ain't going to be here? No, you're not going to be here. You won't even be thought of. You've done too much dirt. You've done too much genocide. You've done too much killing. You've done too much. You've done too much. So by nature, it's going back to what it knows. The universe is going back to what it knows. That's why they keep looking at different options of this looking glass and they get the same result because it's going back to what it knows.
Exactly. They keep getting the same results. So that's why I told you why they built CERN and they opened up other dimensions. They're trying to change the timeline and all this other shit because no matter what they do, remember, it's a new eon. No matter what they do, they can't change the eon. They can't go back. So things are going to change. I told you everything's changing. I told you all these African leaders are going to get this work. This is coming. I told you the wake up is coming because you're in a new eon now. And so Project Looking Glass just kept showing the same outcome over and over again. They're trying to change the outcome. And that's another reason for the COVID thing and the nanotech. So if you guys understand COVID military, they put nanotech in all these now VACCINEs. That's to control your mind. So you can't wake up. That's why as you black, you take none of this shit ever. See, I didn't know that yet when I was talking about Project Looking Glass 10 years ago. That this is all affiliated. Why it's about control, because they know they can't control you no more because they're starting to wake up. So they're putting shit in these vaccinations to keep you dumbed down and use 5G to control you and to distort your frequency. And we've always told you the less melanated you are, the more easily you are controlled because you're a non-natural being. So I'm going to Joby plays other videos showing you this. Your melanin is the normal frequency of God. Christ's frequency is melanated. You understand this? And they know that. So that's why they know you're waking up. They're trying to put all these nanotechs in all your food. Remember nanobots in your food? That's what all the GMO shit's about. That's what all the food. All of a sudden now they're doing GMO food, GMO. All this nanotech is also in all your foods and all your goddamn vaccinations. That's to control the mind because you're waking up. As Project Looking Glass said, that's what's happening. You won't be able to stop it. And it's going back to a black planet. You won't be able to stop what's coming. So they're trying to stop it. We'll play the next video, Joker.
Won't even be here. And they saw how beautiful it was and how royalty it was. And the thing that bothered them the most, all of it bothered them when they looked into this looking glass. The most thing they really disturbed them, that really made their head drop, and sweat come to their brows was that they won't be here anymore. Ever again. Ever again. Can you imagine that? Never again? I don't care how many white babies you done had by black men. You won't be here. Ain't that something? That's what they saw in the looking glass. Yeah, they saw their demise, but what did they see? They saw a black world.
Okay, so we have the, I'm trying to look at the second one. I played it. The third one is talking about Iran. Then we have the fourth one talking about the human as energy farms. Then we have the MK Ultra. Should I still just follow them according to the numbers?
Play the MK Ultra one. That's the one what you play first. Yeah, play that one next. Glad you read them because I gave them to you at the wrong time.
Okay. Just a minute. Oh, the video is not available in my country. So I cannot play the
Wow. See, I told you. Everything is done, and you know what? In the continent. But go to the next one. Wow. Go to the next one. I'm not at home to play it, so sorry, guys.
Okay. Play this one.
That's the main one you need to hear. That's why it's not done here. That's the main thing explains what the other guy was just telling you.
It's the beginning of human history.
Yeah, go with that one.
In force called the Archons. These beings have an insatiable taste for the death and suffering of any living creature, mainly humans. When humans suffer, life force energy called Lush is spewed from the body, making the human a tastier meal for these trans-dimensional beings. According to Robert Monroe, Lush is created by constantly being fearful, living purely materialistic, low vibrational intentions and thoughts, indefinite wars, poverty, natural disasters, diseases, and all situations where people suffer and die to consume their Lush energy. The greater the suffering the living being goes through, the more Lush energy is produced. Monroe claims he astral projected over 1,000 times and has been doing that for more than a decade. In one of his journeys to another dimension, he discovered something sinister. In the last few months of Monroe's life, he came up with a theory that planet Earth is a big energy Lush farm. He said he used matrix glitches in our planet and reality to have interactions with light beings, explore other worlds and dimensions. Reportedly, a light being told Monroe that when humans die, their energy is released and harvested by these trans-dimensional beings, who then use it to extend their own lifespans. The claim is that the universe is a garden created by these beings as their food source. According to Monroe, animals were intentionally equipped with fangs, claws, and speed to prolong the suffering of the predator-prey conflict. Animals are also positioned to feed off the plants and off of each other, effectively generating more Lush. In other words, the more Lush that is released from our bodies, the greater the meal for our creators.
For some fun, because remember what...
Okay, so we have that one. Then see. We have the... Okay, let me just play these ones then. Let me know. The second last one, I guess. Then... I don't think this is available to my app. Let's see. Okay. Yep. This also is not available. That is the second last one. It's not available in my country. That is the. I don't know what it's talking about. Let's see.
Give me a chance. I'll explain it. So one of the other ones explain it. Give me a sec. Yeah.
Okay, so this one is playing on my phone, but not on the laptop. So I don't know if I can do it. Play it through the phone.
Yeah, put yourself. Yeah, pay attention to the phone. Put yourself to the camera, Joe. Make yourself big and put your phone to the camera. Yeah, there you go.
The name, I would say, it's the awakening process. It's an evolution of consciousness that cannot, will not, and no matter what decisions or possibilities are injected into the equation, eventually it all resolves down to us all learning the truth and becoming aware of this massive dam of lies that has been built that keep us from knowing massive volume of information that we should otherwise possess.
Okay, well, that's very, very monumental to be told that from a person in your perspective, who's had your background and your exposure. Is it your understanding that the notion that looking glass has been, that there are various looking glasses around the globe?
No, you can hear good, Joby. No,
That according to
you
Dan
can hear
Burish.
good, but that's not the one. Do the one with the MK Ultra one.
Okay, let me see if it can play on my phone.
See, yeah. See, that's on your phone too. Let's see. See, I told you, the whole thing is make sure African people say stupid. That's what you see all the time. That's where all the money's at.
The video is unavailable. Yeah, that's what my phone is saying too.
Yeah, see, even on the phone, because that one describes the melanin and everything. And I'll try to explain it in a minute. So, okay, go back to the other one you were playing then.
At this point, the name, I would say, it's the awakening process. It's an evolution of consciousness that cannot, will not, and no matter what decisions or possibilities are injected into the equation, eventually it all resolves down to us all learning the truth and becoming aware of this massive dam of lies that has been built that keep us from knowing massive volume of information that we should otherwise possess.
Okay, well, that's very, very monumental to be told that from a person in your perspective, who's had your background and your exposure. Is it your understanding that the notion that Looking Glass has been, that there are various looking glasses around the globe supposedly, that according to Dan Burish were shut down. Is it your understanding they're actually not shut down?
I believe that they're shut down because they are all saying the same thing, and they're completely useless at this point.
Is what you're saying.
Right. It's like the Wicked Witch, looking into the, magic mirror and always getting the same answer. Well, if you were always getting the exact opposite of the answer that you wanted, you'd stop talking to the mirror. And that's essentially what happened with Looking Glass. is no longer, not only did they not want people to use it anymore because they knew it was just going to burp out the same thing, but at the same time, they didn't want anybody else to know what it was saying, I'm sure. Because
that they would lose control.
Because that information was a monumental concern when I was in the military about how to prevent this inevitability. Now, at first, I thought it was end of the world. Now I see end of the world as end of their world.
Well said. Okay, but are you aware, do you know the difference between Looking Glass and the Yellow Cube?
Yes.
Okay, and are you aware of what happened to the Yellow Cube and how it was used and so on?
I believe.
Okay, pause it for a second, Jay. Pause it. Let me explain what the other video was saying. They were saying that they knew what they were trying to do. Remember what Dr. Little Africa said? To control anybody, you must destroy melanin. Any disease, any drug addiction, anything must work on melanin. And so these scientists were saying the same thing in the video that Joby was not allowed to say. So they were saying they already knew that this was going to happen because they didn't understand the ages. So they started having people like black people put on suntan lotion. So that was the scam, because they would destroy black people's melanin because you are harder to control. Unless you take the VACCINEs with the nanobots and everything else, they can't use electromagnetic frequencies to control your mind. What they're doing through 5G, your cell phone. Everybody took the VACCINEs were popping up everybody's cell phone on everybody's internet, hit it on the internet address, the IPS addresses. You being melanated, that would never work on you because you're the closest thing to God. And so they figured that they would fool you by saying that everybody has to put on suntan lotion. And so that suntan lotion that black people run around, you don't know you're already naturally melanated while you putting on the shit. And so so propaganda works on you easily, right? It said since the 1970s, they told you if you don't put on suntan lotion, you'll get cancer, all this shit. These are white scientists telling us. Otherwise, I'm gonna show that video this weekend on the show, right? So they're saying that you being black, you're melanated. We gotta find a way to destroy your melanin so you can be controlled because they know you're coming back into power. They gotta make sure that you're controlled and you just go along with what they do, your mind control through your melanin. Because unless your melanin stops absorb light, they can't beam frequencies into your head. That's why they created people with non-melanin to house demonic energy. Because you can't house demonic energy and things inside a melanated body because the melanin absorb stops that. And since they said that, so this all coincides. So they said we're going to introduce to the public globally that everybody needs to be put on suntan lotions and these lathering shits. And what it does, well, why if it helped them because they're not melanin anyway, right? For us, thank God I never used that. It destroys the melanin. Because as they now pulsating these electromagnetic frequencies into your brain to have you do things, because now you're already woken up, right? You already have now woken up. They're trying to stop that waking up process. That's why you got GMO food where it has nanobots in it. That's why you have VACCINEs have nanobots in it. All this shit has nanotechnology in it to control your mind from the awakening that's happening naturally. And you being melanated, they're always seeing that you being black, you're coming back in the power of the planet. So they'd always started 50 years ago lathering you in this shit, in this goddamn, because you're stupid. Anyway, you're dumb. And white people tell you anything, you do it because you gave it a fake religion. So they're your gods. You even put on the suntan lotion and shit. It's like I was thinking about this. I was thinking about when I had every time I had a lady, a black lady in the studio talking about putting on suntan lotion. I try to explain, you don't put that shit on your body. She's like, oh, looking all crazy because her mind, her being African, whole mind is propagandized. What? What do you mean? White people told me put on suntan lotion. It protects me from the sun. You're melanated, stupid. Not supposed to get protected from the sun. You eat the sun. Sun gives you energy as an African person. You don't put that shit on your body. But I didn't know that was the plan. I heard the scientists in that video saying it. Oh, so this is they've been preparing for this for 50 years because they knew you were moving into a new eon, a new age of Aquarius. And you were going to start waking back up because the frequency on the planet was going to change, starting to wake the dumbass sleeping Negro back up. You're going to get kicked in the head. So the youth are like the Gen Zs you see, they're different from the last generation. Gen Zs, Gen Alpha, especially black, are waking up. They're going to be harder to control. So that's why they're rushing to Africa with all the GMO shit. All the GMO food has what? Nanobots in it. To control the mind, control you. All of a sudden, there's a mad rush to all this GMO shit, especially in Africa, everywhere. GMO. It's just about mind control. Because now the frequency is shifting. You as African people, you're waking up. And and all this stuff, you've had agencies to destroy melanin. I was like, motherfucker. I should always figured it was gonna be diabolical that was gonna be a scheme you put on that suntan lotion shit was to destroy your melanin and make you easier now for frequencies to have mind control over you. Because they look at Project Looking Glass, like he said, they already know that shit is about to change. There's nothing they can do about it. They can't stop the change. No matter what they try to do, try to look at it again, they kept going back to the same thing. Every variable kept going back to the same outcome. The waking up is happening. It can't be stopped. You will lose control. I told you that's why they made that CERN shit, trying to open up different dimensions and let more lower vibrational demonic energy in here, the housing people, to try to change the outcome of what's happening. Because of the age, it's changing. That's what's going on, guys. And that's why it ain't funny every time we try to put the shit in Africa, because that's the main part of everything. No, y'all don't like to hear that. You FBA morons. Africa is the heart. You gotta keep these niggas docile and stupid and with any goofy religion they can. The Allah, the Jesus, either one of them dumb motherfuckers. But that shit's gonna go. The goofy Christianity shit and the goofy Allah. It won't sustain the age because it's a lie, right? A lie can't be sustained once you have knowledge. That's what they're trying to stop. So it's about control. And these wicked motherfuckers in the Epstein files, they're going to lose control to be able to eat babies and fuck them and all kind of wicked shit. Because I told you, I've been told their time is up. Their time is coming. Their time is up. Time's up, motherfucker. Your time is up. You evil motherfuckers' time is up. And all these other individuals, I told you that just showed up 2 days ago. And nobody knows where the fuck they come from. But where do Asians and East Indians and Caucasians, where they came from? See, everybody keep you stupid. You think, oh, they've always been here. No, they haven't. It's always been a black planet. That's a fact. Like the guy told you on the Looking Glass. He knew that's a fact. You got to do with no goofy Bible. You talking about? They don't say the Bible was black. They don't say that shit. What are you talking about? But that's a known fact. There was nobody on this planet but black people for millions of years. Then all of a sudden, in the last 10,000 years, all these people pop up. And then they give you some fake ass, phony evolutionary theory. You know that's a lie. You know that's a goddamn lie. We'll go, Joe. Finish that. And read some of the comments.
Okay.
Look.
If it's on this planet,
Pause that now. pause there. I'm going to go with you again. See, and this the Iranian calling him a racist because remember everything they built is built on racist hate, stealing, and theft because they're soulless beings, and now they got to be gotten rid of. Their time is up. And the guys just feed them constant propaganda here. He said, "What you talking about propaganda? We're not going to deal with a racist ethno state." Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead, play from the beginning.
Mohammed Morandi from the University of Tehran joins us now. Thank you very much for being with us, Professor. I just wonder, first of all, what has Iran achieved by this attack on Israel? Very few of the missiles got through. It, in effect, failed. Many people are calling it a humiliation for...
What is Iran got with his attack on Israel when Israel was the one... Is when America attacked Iran. See how crazy it be? The white supremacy crazy talk. And it failed. And we know it hasn't been failing. It's been winning. But anyway, go ahead. This is the crazy white people talk. Go ahead.
Iran.
I think that's a lot of wishful thinking on behalf of you and your colleagues at Sky News. It was a massive blow to the Israeli regime. And the history of this conflict doesn't go back to last year. It is 76 years of ethno-supremacism, ethnic cleansing,
exactly.
And this is a racist regime that you support.
Yes.
What the problem is that you cannot recognize that the difference between you and us is that you support racism and racial hierarchy, and we reject it. And the Israeli regime, if they dare strike back at Iran, we will hit them much harder next time. We will beat them into submission.
But they will strike back, won't they? No sovereign country can put up with having 180 ballistic missiles fired at them. So they will hit back. They will.
Well, no sovereign nation can have that. But that's what Israel did to them. But it doesn't matter. See what you hear now? We're white. I'm white. We're white. We're white. We're white. It don't matter. We're white people. We can go kill, maim, do all kind of wicked shit. Doesn't matter. We're white. And when you hear all this conversation, understand you hear we're white. I'm white. We're white. We're white. We're white. Don't matter. We commit illegal shit. We're white. That's what you hear in your head. That's all you should know. We're white. We're white. We're white. Go ahead, Joe.
They'll hit your nuclear facilities, your oil production installations. They could cause Iran serious damage.
Listen, instead of the rhetoric, be real, because you're misleading your own people. Iran has countless underground missile sites with hundreds of thousands of missiles across the country. They were made after the US invasion of Iraq and Afghanistan to deal with a potential war with the United States. So this puny regime, it is not a state, it is a colony. It is a racist, ethno-supremacist colony, which the people call themselves the chosen people. Unlike you, we do not believe in chosen people. And the Palestinian people on that land who've been displaced and pushed into Gaza and who've been slaughtered regularly over 76 years, we will not stand for that. All people in the whole of Palestine must be equal. The Israeli regime, if they strike Iran, we will hit them much harder next time. And they can pretend that they got away, but we hit them very hard last night. We hit their bases. And unlike the Israeli regime, which constantly carries out slaughter and genocide and is carrying out a Holocaust in Gaza, we struck their military targets because unlike you, we actually care about human rights, not you.
Professor, let me just say that we're on the verge of an all-out war, or certainly a war between Israel and Iran. It could be a war that Iran loses. If Iran does lose that war, do you think that the current Iranian regime could survive a defeat? Because that is if what you say is right, and Iran is going to hit back even harder, that could be where this all ends up.
Iran will not hit back harder. Iran will hit back much harder. The head of the Iranian forces says Iran will target and destroy all of the Israeli regime's infrastructure. This was the tip of the iceberg. Iran will lose no war. The Israeli regime will. It is time for you and others to end your racism and to end your support for the superior race and to accept that all people in Palestine have equal rights and the Palestinian people have a right of return. Jews, Christians, and Muslims are equal.
Would you understand? No, we're white. I'm white. We're white. We've been ruling for 500 years. We're white. What are you talking about? What? See, that's why they're all cooking out. Because as they lose this war, it's a wrap on that ass. Go ahead, Joe.
They are equal, and we will accept nothing less than that. The regime must go, and all people must be treated equally. Right. And if the only
remember that's why these people support apartheid and racism in South Africa. Israel supported apartheid. Remember, we're gonna look right now. They had a signing, and all you goopy FBA morons and these Sharik nuts. John Muhammad is talking about reparations for all Africa, not the one that happened in America only. He's talking about Brazil, the islands, Jamaica, Haiti. That's what he's talking about. But you see the countries that voted against reparations is not real. You think they got some motherfucking Kenya talking about that. We're your friends. We're your friends. And they vote against slavery of black people, right? So, you know, America, Israel, of course, racist ass Argentina, who genocided all of its slaves that they brought in. Everybody see Argentina as a white country because they genocided all their African slaves. Okay? So one of the three most racist countries in the world. You know, America is most racist. You know, I thought this is the holy country and all that shit. But every time you see them, they're on the wrong side of history. Because, like he said, it's a racist, wicked-ass regime of Epstein pedophiles. That's what it really is. They control all the media and you make all this fake good shit and you believe dumb shit. You highly propagandized too. No, it's a wicked, bunch of wicked, evil motherfuckers up in there. Go ahead, Joe.
Will lose. But the only variable here is the United States. If the United States gets involved, have no doubt, the U.S. will be swept out of Iraq by the Iraqi resistance, and all its assets in the Persian Gulf will be destroyed. All those regimes that U.S. bases will be destroyed, and the oil and gas markets will cause a situation where the global economy will collapse and millions of people will be on the move. So be careful about making stupid mistakes, and the West should stop with its arrogance and get real for once.
Yeah. What the white man wants to say, hey, stop it. Stop fighting white people. Let them kill you. Let them come steal your country and your oil. How dare you? I'm white. We're white. Have you forgot? I'm white. Have you forgot that? We're white. And what this white reporter is really saying is, Professor, how dare you? We're white. I'm white. I'm white. You're supposed to lay down and give me your butthole to fuck. I'm white. I'm white. Go ahead, Joey.
Okay, Professor, thank you very much for
Thank you very much. I mean, for us, but I'm white, Professor.
Tel Aviv is on. Tel Aviv is on. Tel Aviv is on fire. Not.
My bad. Hey. Okay, I think we have the last one. Let me cue the last video.
I was going to let you read the comments first.
It's okay. Let me just cue this last one then.
Okay.
With the comments.
Let's continue our deep dive into this.
Yeah. There you go. I'm surprised they're going to let this be told.
That's my internet buffering.
Oh, it's okay.
Connection to Project Looking Glass.
Better not buff again, Joby. I'm white. You better know what time it is.
The glitch in the Schumann resonance that appears as a spike or a whiteout on the graph, and that is actually a solar flash, the beginning of rewriting the human BIOS. The frequency shift, that is what allegedly blinds the looking glass because the machine cannot calculate a reality where the base frequency of consciousness has changed. And this is where, in the lore of the looking glass and blue beam, they meet the biological handshake, and this is the most controversial layer. The Dark realizes they could not fool the awakened mind, so they allegedly sought to hardwire a receiver into the body. This is the
Exactly.
receiver technology.
Pause that. Now, this is what I'm saying. This is the hot what I'm talking about. This is what your nanotech, right? The hot to put a hot receiver into the body. This is your GMO foods, and this is your goddamn VACCINEs. We know that had nanotech. We know your goddamn GMOs. That's why they run around Africa so hard. GMO, we need GMO. We need GMO. Yeah, we need it now. Bill Gates, we go healthy. How can putting fake food, growing fake food be better than growing real food? We must put vaccines in your goddamn cows, because that's to get this receiver in your stupid ass. And your leaders are complicit because they're morons. You don't know what the fuck is even going on because they're stupid. So this all goes with Project Looking Glass, that they knew they couldn't do it anymore. They couldn't manipulate anymore because the frequency was changing, especially among African people, because you're melanated. You were going to start waking up. So that's the reason for the VACINEs and also for the GMO foods, to put a receiver so they can control your mind control. Because you were going to naturally wake up through God knowledge, Christ knowledge, frequency change, oneness of the Creator. They're trying to stop this. It's some evil, cold shit. Go ahead.
There's a large-scale medical interventions that were used to introduce nanotechnology into the human bloodstream, acting like an antenna. If they could not make you naturally attune to 5G or blue beam satellites, the nanotechnology helps you do that, so that you are connected to 5G instead of the Schumann. And I will say it again. There's a reason when I talked about this, that the video got banned and completely gone, muted. If you read my Schumann paper, you'll understand why this is so dangerous. You can read it for free on Substack. So they're trying to override the soul frequency.
Exactly.
So if Blue Beam wants the voice of God in your head, it needs a clear signal. And it's argued that the nanotechnology acts as an amplifier, making the brain more susceptible to the synthetic telepathy that we discussed in the previous video. Now, 2026 lockdown versus the purge. This is the window of time that is critical right now. And we have just begun. The Dark's plan is allegedly needed to have a bio handshake complete before the solar flash occurs, so they can use the tech to shield or redirect the solar energy to maintain control. The plan for the light believes that by rising the Schumann resonance and the solar flash will actually deactivate or fry this nanotechnology, effectively breaking the handshake and returning humanity to its natural sovereign state. Humans are becoming too aware for holograms, and the handshake theory is alleged the response to the awakening, the attempt to move the battle from the sky, holograms, to the blood, nanotech. If you stay in a state of a high vibration, peace, love, gratitude, your internal frequency is supposedly too hot for the nanotech to function properly. So here is a quick little table of all of this information. And when I said nanotech, if you thought of this, well, so did I. And it is the most notable device currently that is intertwined with this because of the bio handshake. Now, I have to do more research on this specifically, but here's the article I wrote, Combating the Electrosmog. This is all about that, which I can't say, and how important it is to reconnect to the Schumann. Because let's face it, we're being invaded by invisible frequencies that we can't see, that no one seems to care about. So you have to be diligent and you have to be aware, and don't be in a fear state. None of this is for fear. All of this is for awareness. To be
That's right, awareness. You live in love, you live in gratitude. You keep your vibration high. You get rid of all the goopy bad movies and all the goopy bad music. Nobody can tell your music how they took our great music and fucked it all up. It's about love and helping each other. Go back to the music of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. It was loving each other. Black man, black woman, all love and fighting the power. Now it's all lollipop and bitches and hoes and hookers and shit. What the fuck is this? Low vibrational bullshit.
To be peaceful and loving and full of gratitude. It's more than love and light. This is why it's so important. Why Spirit, I feel, my guides, are actively telling me to tell all of you, deal with what you need to deal with. Okay? We all have traumas. We all have this and that. Deal with what you need to deal with so that you can let it go, so that you can be free from the cage. You were not born to be in a cage. So don't live in one. You don't have to live in one. You can break free. And you can break free as easily as being peaceful, loving, gratitude all the time. You got it. You can do it.
That's the end of that video. I think I've read all of them. But
all right.
The comments as we wind up.
We wrap it up.
Williams, shout out to Jason, Sister Monique. I see earlier we had Sail the Sea. Karibu Sana as well says, I will buy that music video. I haven't spent on music since 1995.
That music video was bad, wasn't it? LOSC. The damn Iranians are jamming. We should play it one more time when we leave out with that music video. That shit's funny and it's funky. Epstein on your head. Boom, boom, boom.
Shout out to Drew Williams. Nice to see you too. Hope you're doing amazing, enjoying your lunch and having a great day at work. Jason Karibu and Sankinwan says, Joby, I'm sorry. I know Chuck Norris was everything. Come on, Chuck Norris passed away last week.
He did his thinking with his goddamn with his Delta Force ass. Chuck Norris.
Supposed to say, well, like Chuck Norris, come on, you're dying the time of what? Crazy.
Yeah. It's a movie. If he ever went to railroad, he would have been dead and stinking with his non-fight, with his fake fighting ass. Racist ass Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris is racist as shit. So may he burn in hell if there was a hell, racist ass. That's why all the white people, Chuck Norris is dead. I'm like, good. Goodbye, you racist bastard.
Passed away on Friday. That was, I think, after our show on Friday.
It couldn't happen on a better day. I need it. Whenever I hear a racist die, I go ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding.
But yeah, he died one of the days. But I also see Jason says, I wonder how the next fall cycle will go after this. And shout out to Sister Monique as well. Nice to see you. Says I'll rewatch. Yeah, I think today we didn't have many people. I think because they're not used to us being here on Thursdays. So today we didn't have many people.
Then this year been on Thursday. We said about 25 people, 27. That's good. A lot of people must have got. That's okay. They watched the replay version. We're usually not here on Thursday, but good conversation to have and always remember LOSER.
Project Looking Glass.
What the hell?
Say that again one time. I think it's the second one. Don't have a picture on it.
Got it.
Yeah. It's what that black lady. I couldn't find the original version. I did find. I couldn't find it again.
You crossed the ocean just to find your granted. Sacrificed your own boys for a lie. Listen. Yeah. Yeah. Make America great again. Yo, Tails, this shit crazy. Yeah, make America great again now. You will see what happens, yeah. Watch this. Sacred defense, we protecting the soil. While you sacrifice soldiers to pay for your spoil. You ran the globe, sitting on your throne. Now we turning every base into a bed of stone. It's a slaughterhouse, a trap you couldn't see. Welcome to the graveyard of your vanity. The secrets are leaking. The pressure is rising. We locked on the target. And now you are hiding. LOSC. Yeah, we spelling at your name. Send them to the slaughter, you the only one to blame. Bleeding for a bucket while you shaking in your sweet. LOSC. Taste the ash of defeat. LOSC. Yeah, we spelling at your name. Send them to the slaughter, you the only one to blame. Bleeding for a bucket while you shaking in your sweet. LOSC. Taste the ash of defeat. Fighting in your suit, hiding Epstein's ghost. You sent your boys to die on the bloody coast. Not a revenge for the leader's blood is purely mine. Every drop of his blood is a missile on the line. You thought you took him out. Thought the fire was dead, but another combination is standing ahead. Yeah, you strike one down, we just shatter your brain. We put another in the leg. Combinate again. The secrets are leaking. The pressure is rising. We locked on the target. And now you are hiding. LOSC. We spelling out your name. Send them to the slaughter, you the only one to blame. Bleeding for a puppet while you shaking in your sweet. LOSC. Taste the ash. LOSC. Yeah, we spelling out your name. Send them to the slaughter, you the only one to blame. Bleeding for a puppet while you shaking in your sweet. LOSC. Taste the ash of defeat. Sacred defense of the homeland. Sacred defense of the homeland. Sacred defense of the homeland. The slaughterhouse is open.
LOSC, Negroes. Don't you forget it. LOSC.
That's wild. The trolling is Chef Kiss.
LOSC.
That's a whole bop.
They got another one. They got another one with the Epstein. They got another one. They got another one with the Epstein girls coming after Trump and Netanyahu and throw them in a bridge. We showed them all. Then throw them across over a bridge in blood. The Iranians are making the best videos. This shit's crazy. LOSC.
That's so sad. But much love, family.
What's up, family?
Grab yourself a copy of that music if you like it.
All right. So that's right. Go on with some high vibration. Be on the right side of justice, the right side of history. Because we in the belly of the beast of this wicked ass, evil ass empire. So they all mad because black people don't support it. Oh, why you black people don't support the troops? Because you're evil and wicked. That's why. Shut the fuck up. Much love, family.
A beautiful rest part of your day. See you tomorrow, same time.
LESCR, Negroes. I'm putting cases on all you bitches. LOSER.
Take care and love yourself a beautiful day. See you tomorrow. And we're out.
We're out, family. Much love.